The Timekeeper's Burden. First Flight. As I stood on that windswept beach, the salty air whipping my face, I couldn't help but feel a sense of nostalgia wash over me. It was a feeling I'd experienced countless times before, yet it never lost its potency. I'd witnessed countless moments in history, each one etched into my memory like the lines on a well-worn book. But this moment, this particular instant, held a certain significance. It was a moment that would change the course of human innovation, a moment that would propel the world forward. The Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, bustled about, their excitement palpable as they prepared their next attempt to take to the skies. Their wooden contraption, with its billowy wings and fragile-looking propellers, looked almost laughable in its precariousness. There was a mixed sense of excitement and anxiety in the air, because of Wilbur's crash 3 days before. Yet I knew better. I knew today was the day the calculations, the endless trials, the unwavering determination would pay off. I'd watched as they toiled, their faces etched with concentration, their fingers moving with a precision that bordered on reverence. As I stood silently, my eyes fixed on the brothers, I couldn't help but think of the countless others I'd witnessed throughout the ages. Archimedes, Copernicus, Newton, the list went on. I'd seen the spark of inspiration, the eureka moment, the triumphant cry of discovery. And now, I was about to bear witness to another such moment. Another moment that would forever alter the trajectory of human achievement. "So," I heard Wilbur say, "since I won the coin toss and took my turn, I guess it is your time now." He looked to his brother Orville, who smiled a small nervous smile. "I just hope I do not repeat your flight, brother," Orville answered. Orville and Wilbur paused, their eyes locked on each other, as if sensing the weight of what was about to transpire. The wind died down, the only sound the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore. It was as if time itself was holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable. "Mr. Elijah," I heard Wilbur say. The brothers turned to me. They knew me as nothing more than a humble shop assistant who helped with their engine a little. They didn't know why I was really there. "Are you going to be with the others?" "No, Mr. Wright," I said politely. "There are enough cameras over there." I pointed down the beaten track we had made. "I thought I might capture a different angle. How about there?" I was pointing to a point where we had a small wooden stool and a few tools we had used to shore up the rigging. "Are you certain?" Orville asked. "I am not sure you would get a good picture over there." I smiled. "I have a feeling I might." Both men smiled back to me and turned their attention to their machine once again. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I touched my camera, the familiar weight hanging from my shoulder. I began to walk to where the photo would be taken. I have seen a number of historical events throughout the ages, each one a moment of significance, a moment of beauty, a moment of transcendence. And yet, this moment was different. The silence was almost palpable, the air thick with anticipation. I knew that in the next instant, the world would change. The brothers' faces lit up with a mix of excitement and apprehension as they released the flyer, its wings rippling through the air with an awkward rhythm. I held my breath, I pressed the camera to my eye, as the machine lurched forward, gaining speed with each rotation. The wind began to howl again, whipping my hair into a frenzy as the flyer hurtled down the track. I could feel the air vibrating with tension, the very fabric of reality seeming to bend and warp around this moment. Wilbur ran alongside Orville as he began to work the controls. And then, in an instant, it was done. The flyer lifted off the ground, its wings rippled in the air with a newfound confidence. As Orville lifted up in their machine, Wilbur stopped in his tracks, arms raised in triumph, his faces split with wide, toothy grin. I felt a lump form in my throat as I snapped the photo, capturing the raw emotion, the sheer elation, of this moment. Time seemed to slow, the world around us melting away, leaving only the three of us, the Wright brothers and I, suspended in this ephemeral moment. I could feel the weight of history bearing down on us, the knowledge that this instant would be etched into the annals of time forever. As the flyer soared above the dunes, its shadow darting across the sand, I felt a sense of pride wash over me. It was only for 12 seconds. Orville flew 120 feet on his own power. It seemed like an eternity. I had witnessed something truly remarkable, something that would change the course of human innovation. As Orville disconnected himself from the flyer, his brother met him. They hugged in a brotherly embrace that showed their unbreakable bond. They had done it. Their celebration had started and grew as the other onlookers came to join them. Now, my duty completed, I must leave. I would have to develop this picture and send it to the Wrights so it can be placed in the history books. I turned and began to walk away from the two men in the moment of triumph. The spotlight of history was not mine to partake in. I would remain a silent, unseen witness.